In this prison, none of the inmates were allowed to wear shoes, only the guards wore heavy, insulated boots, and that was because the entire prison floor was rigged with high-voltage electricity. After working for 12 hours every day, each prisoner had to line up to return to their cells. Everyone was locked away in a tiny room, and all 3 meals were liquid food delivered through a pipe. Whenever the white light turned on, they had only 7 seconds to get back inside their room. Once the red light came on, anyone who dared step outside their door would be instantly electrocuted by the high-voltage current. Mike was also locked up here on trumped-up charges. He found out from other inmates that no one ever leaves this place alive. This made him determined to escape, so he started carefully watching the prison's daily routine. Every day when the guards did their rounds, he'd use the restroom as an excuse. He quietly loosened the toilet lid and constantly scraped away at the pipe behind it. Each time his allotted time was up, he'd walk back with his hands behind his back, pretending to be calm for the inspection. One day, he noticed a critical clue. The guard stationed in the elevator wasn't wearing insulated boots, and the prisoners inside the elevator weren't being electrocuted. This became his only viable escape route. The next day, a new batch of prisoners was brought in. Those planning the breakout pretended to work normally, but secretly managed to smuggle a steel rod. Mike took the rod to the restroom and finally smashed open the pipe he'd been scraping for days. Meanwhile, the guards began escorting the new inmates. Water continuously seeped out of the broken pipe, quickly soaking the floor. Mike, with his hands behind his back and the rod concealed, nonchalantly returned to his station, waiting for a chance to jam the rod into the elevator's control slot. On the other side, 2 accomplices deliberately started wrestling to draw the guards' attention. Mike seized the chance, shoved the rod into the elevator's control card slot, and the prison instantly erupted into total chaos. Though the guards had weapons, they were heavily outnumbered. They frantically yelled into their walkie-talkies, ordering central control to electrify the floor. But the moment the current surged into the prison, the inmates leaped onto the tables. Those who weren't fast enough were instantly electrocuted and killed. However, the spreading water quickly caused a short circuit, completely crippling the entire electrical system. The remaining guards were totally helpless. The prisoners grabbed their weapons, stormed the control room, and shut down all security systems. The cell doors started opening one after another. But since the prison was built in the middle of a lake, the inmates had no other option. They all jumped into the water and swam hard toward the distant shore.